So I think the best way to handle this, I had to kind of think about it for a minute as to how I wanted to do it without having more in-depth custom coding going on. There are some problems with how we conditionalize the reply to button for the subfeed. What I'm going to do in this container down here, this is our comment container, is drop a row in, and obviously we want to bring that row in some, and probably let's bring it, actually let's do it like this. Let's do 6, 6, 16, and then we'll do 18 on the bottom. Yeah, that should be okay. So let me do this real quick. I'll kind of explain what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a text field in here. And for that text field, let's bring that in a little bit too, which it's already set up like that. Okay. And then let's this one, put that out by the row here, and get rid of that, and get rid of this, and do yeah, and I might pull that in some. Okay. So anyway, what I was planning on doing, so when you do reply, you tap reply, which will have this initiate that, and then we'll also probably have like just tapping like in here. We'll do it as well somewhere in here, maybe not across the entire thing, but maybe just this column here will do it. I could do not conditional visibility, if then else conditions down here, conditional value, whether this will say type your comment here if it's just a regular comment, or if it's a reply to comment, then it would be reply to, and then it'd be @ in the user's name. And I could use the if then else for that, along with some component state variables to indicate whether it's a reply or not. But the problem we're going to run into with that is that if the user decides that they don't want to finish that reply and they tap out of this field in here to no longer be typing, so they close their keyboard, or they just swipe away from the component or something like that. So the issue that'll arise from that is, how do we clear out the component state variable that's indicating that this is a reply to message? And so that's where the issue would arise, without having custom coding going on here to be able to indicate, okay, user closed their keyboard, user swiped away, user did whatever, clear these variables out. Then these variables aren't just going to clear themselves out, so that reply to variables is going to be stuck in here. So instead of doing it that way, I think the best way to do it is we leave this here. This is going to be just our type comment field. So we can go down to, well, we want to get rid of the label, and go to the hint text, and we'll do type your comment. And let's see, we do want to bring the content in a little bit. We don't want autofocus. Turn that off. And we don't want any of this. Not really. We might set. Let's just clear all this real quick. We will do filled, and we're just going to make it really light, just almost white. And then the border, do like 20 on it on all four corners, make it kind of rounded off. And we should probably bring this in a little bit more than that. Something on the other side here. All right, and then we're going to leave it as a single max line here. Okay. But anyway, so instead of doing it with conditionals, since we would run into a problem of being able to clear our state variables out, what we're actually going to do is we're going to have a secondary bottom sheet that'll pop up, and if it's conditioned properly and your app is running at peak performance, the end user shouldn't even notice that another bottom sheet has popped up. They'll think that it's still the same thing going on here. And so what we'll do then is let's just go ahead and let's copy this. Not all that. Just going to copy this right here so that it's the exact same size across the board. And then add another bottom sheet. Could just clone that, but just go here and do reply to comment. Huh. I don't know what that's talking about. No idea. Okay, so do it that way. All right, and then let's do this. Get off screen. I'm going to shoot that down there. And then this container, actually, we are going to set its height to infinite as well, width to infinite, and then let's go ahead and get rid of the box shadow, and let's set this thing to transparent. Leave it like that. And then set children center bottom, and then add another container in there, which actually we're going to be using the container that I copied. So let's just paste. So now we got that down in there. It should work. All right. So this container, this outside container, go ahead and set an action on that to dismiss this bottom sheet. So it'll dismiss just this one here. So just do a dismissal on it. That way if they do tap out of here, it'll be like they're still inside that other bottom sheet and just tap out. And let's see. We do need to set, let's actually need to go back to our other bottom sheet here, this one. So again, let's set this button, this reply button here to trigger this bottom sheet. Oops, what am I doing? Reply to comment. let's see, we'll just leave that alone. And we do want to reference, so we need to reference the comments that we're replying. So we're just going to call this reply to comment. Oops, reference. And we'll do that as document reference to vid comments, the comment that we're replying to. It is required. And then go ahead and pass that. And go to our vid comments document here, grab the reference and pass it. Make it non-dismissible, don't enable drag. All this other stuff doesn't matter, so just leave all that the way it is, but make it non-dismissible. All right, okay, so that's taken care of. So let's go back to our reply to comment. So now we've got our parameter coming in here. And so in this container, let's go ahead and grab that reference point. So document reference, vid comments, reply to comment reference. Okay. Oh, gosh, are you freaking kidding me? Okay. All right. Now, what we can do then is we can go into our text field here, and we can set our hint text to combine text, and we can do reply to at, and then we can grab that. Actually, we need to. That's right. We gotta do one other thing here. Let's see. It's curious. Huh. Weird. Okay. Sorry, I'm referencing where I've already done this because again, the process of doing this, I can't keep entirely straight of what I did. Like I said, it took me quite a while to kind of narrow this one down to make it work inside of FlutterFlow without using a lot of custom codes for it. Which since then I've actually supplemented with a lot of custom codes because it just makes more sense. But I'm trying to show you how to do it without having to dive off into the custom code stuff. So I think what I'm trying to remember why I did it this way, and I think I know why. Let's go back here. So something I ended up doing was actually set an app state variable with the this user who we're applying to their display name. And I think the reason I did that was so that I could perform less back-end queries than what was necessary. I'm pretty sure that's why I did that. So we're going to stay in keeping with that. So we're going to go to app state and just set a variable here. And we're going to do reply to comment name or user. Okay. Do a string, it's not going to be persisted. So, all right, and now, come on, tap on this reply button. I'm actually going to update app state as well. So, kind of want to do that first. So update app state, and right here set value to that user's display name. And we don't need to rebuild the current component. Which I guess I could just push it as a parameter. I don't know why I did it as an app state. That's really odd. I feel like there's a reason. All right, get rid of that. Don't use app state. I don't really understand why I did it that way whenever I set this up. So just do reply to name, and set that as a string. Which it is required, but okay. And then you can pass that. So let's go back to our comments here. Apply to name is the user's display name here. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. Again, I'm not sure why I was using app state. It's been a while back when I did this, so bear with me. All right, so I'm going to copy that action. I'm actually going to apply it here to this column. So if they tap right here, it'll do the same thing. And we'll paste that action. Make sure this is still referencing correctly. Looks like it is, so we're good to go. All right, yeah, so that's good. So I'm going to go back over here and go ahead and delete this, get it out of the way. There's no reason to have it. And now we can come back in here. And now we can set this accordingly. So you can go right here and go to combine text and then we can grab that reply to name right there and we're good to go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what I was thinking with the app state stuff. I'm sure I had a reason at one point in time. All right. So that's good to go there. So let's go ahead and create our action here. So we will create a document, and the document we're going to create is a subcomment. And video feed, obviously we still want to reference this. Vid comments document, we go to parent reference. So again, we're keeping everything kind of universal here. And let's go ahead and just bring all these down, okay. And we can set our date. And our created by the off user. Of course, the comment will come from that field. Vid main comment reference would be this one right here. And then replying, this is the user that we're replying to. And this is why we did a reference query so that we can grab this created by. Which, again, we could have passed that, quite frankly, as a variable as well. So there's really no reason to even do any kind of querying on this side. But anyway, it is what it is. It's already done. So we got that taken care of. All right, so that'll create that message. We do need to go ahead and open up here though, and we need to dismiss the that bottom sheet. It goes back to the comments, and then of course, if you wanted to in here, you could do a push notification to let that user know. All right, so that takes care of that. Go back over here. We do need to create a comment here as well, but this is a main level comment. So create document, vid comments, video feed reference, of course, is this document here. And let's go ahead and get this stuff set real quick. I don't want that one. Yeah, that's right. Needed to update that on the other side. I forgot about that. Shoot. Okay. So I got to go back to the other one there. But that's not a subcomment, and leave that off. Okay. And of course, it doesn't matter for the other one, but for this one it does matter. You want to clear the text field after you type that in there. So make sure you clear the text field out, and then you'll be good to go there. So we do want to go back over here real quick. Let's go in here. Oops. And go ahead and set an action output variable because we're going to need it here real quick. And then we're going to do an update, and we're going to update the primary comment document, which would be this one here. That. And then we're going to go to our subcomments reference, and we're going to add to set, and go to your action output that we just created and grab the reference for that. Okay, so that's good to go now. Alright, so that takes care of that. Just a couple more things to do real quick, and then we'll close up shop for this tutorial here. Let's see here. We need to let me look at my reference point here. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay. So that, because I added that in after the fact. Okay. So we want to go here, expandable. Let's see. Come on now. Where am I at? Drop my column down here. Just don't really understand why there's two containers. Don't really know. But anyway, we don't want this to be visible if there aren't any replies. We want this to be hidden. And I totally forgot to add that in, so we're not done yet. Uh-oh. We've got some overlap somewhere. Deal with that in a minute. Turn that off. So on this container, just go ahead and set a conditional visibility on there, and go to your vid comments document that's for here. And then we want to select has replies. So long as that is true, then this whole section will be visible. It'll be collapsed, but it'll be visible. Otherwise, there'll be nothing there. So it'll be like whoever's creating the first reply. But we do need to set conditions here for that. It's best practice not to duplicate conditions over and over and over again, in my opinion. I feel like it could eventually become a problem. So I would do a, let's see, where am I at? Why, I'm confused. What's going on here? Oh yeah, that's right. Huh. That could be a problem. I'm not getting my reference point here. Well, that's yeah, that sucks. Okay. Alright, well, I'm just gonna have to disregard what I just said. We'll just have to duplicate it. So anyway, has replies, set it to true. Oh wait, no, this is, okay, never mind. What am I talking about? Sorry, remove that. You only want to set that for a reply. So come in here to the reply comment, and now we should be able to do what I'm wanting to do here. I knew something was wrong. So copy all of that and delete it. Now do a conditional here. Yeah, vid comments documents. So has replies. There we go. If true, just go ahead and paste these back in here. This. Same thing on either side, except if has replies is false, then in your create document here, or I'm sorry, in the update document, updating the primary comment, go ahead and set has replies to true. That way it'll only happen one time. Alright, sorry, I confused myself on that one, but that is correct now. Okay. What that's talking about. What is this? Same. Oh, yeah, right, sorry. Yeah, you gotta have something different here, so just set this as 2 and it'll be fine. Just make sure that you go back in here, make sure you're updating the correct thing here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so that's all good to go now. Now I need to check my overhang here. Let's see if, yeah, there we go. So just bring that up a little bit and you'll be good to go there. Okay. Alright, collapse that. And then tap header to toggle, yes. Body to expand, collapse. Now we'll leave all that alone. Well, actually, we'll collapse it with the body. Okay, so that's how you do comments. Again, sorry, that's it's a pretty complex thing to do the sub comments. At least I didn't take you on doing second and third level sub comments, because that's when it gets really tricky. Oh, we need to do this up here. It's just showing how many comments there are altogether. Dang it, that means I'm gonna have to go in and update all of that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess for sake of ease, let's just do this. Video feed, so many comments that it has, just do comment count, just do an integer. Excuse me. Integer, and do that. Goodness. And then we can, come on, go in here and do a combine text and video feed document, comment count, number format, and we'll do compact and 0 space comments. That way you can see how many comments there are, and then of course anytime you add a comment you are going to have to update your video document feed. There are better ways to do this, but I don't really feel like going back through and doing all that again, so it's just the easiest way to do it. And comment count, update, increment by 1. Okay. And then reply to. That sucks. Don't really want to do that, but whatever. Oops. Yeah, that's not what I meant. And you can grab your parent here, which would be your video feed reference document there. Comment count, update, increment. And just copy that action and toss it in here. Okay, so ideally you would have that keeping track a different way, because now you're adding comments, but if your users can delete their comments or whatever, then you have to apply the delete logic to that as well. So just keep that in mind if you do it by integer rather than keeping a count of document references. So, but since we've already got that in place, we can just go ahead and slap comment count here as well. So I'll make that just that much easier to do. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. That was kind of a long one. I may end up splitting this one up into a couple of different ones, probably. Okay, so when we come back, when I load up for the next tutorial, we'll run a test so you can see how all this is shaking out here. Make sure it's all working correctly, but I'm not going to do it in this one because we're already taking way too long. All right, that's it. See you on the next one.